Welcome back, F1 Wolf fam! The 2026 engine regulations in Formula 1 have brought some exciting surprises, with Honda staying in the sport and Aston Martin teaming up with them. Toto Wolff of Mercedes has finally spoken up, hinting at a secretive agreement between Red Bull and another team. Join us as we explore this hidden deal between McLaren and Red Bull. Stay tuned for more updates. But before we do that, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below if you like all things F1. Alright, now let's get back to the video. You might assume that Red Bull's team principal Christian Horner would be upset with Honda for reversing their decision and staying in the sport, considering Red Bull has invested heavily in developing its own powertrain. Surprisingly, Horner was actually happy to see Honda remain in Formula 1. I think they're putting a good team together. Honda, it's good to see them continuing in the sport. They have obviously done a significant U-turn from where they were 18 months ago to 2 years ago, Horner revealed. Horner has openly acknowledged that he's unsure whether Red Bull would have developed their own powertrain if they had known Honda would continue in the sport. Nevertheless, he believes it was the right decision because it grants the team the ability to have full control over its future. Their decision forced us in many ways to make a decision about our long-term future, not relying upon the manufacturer and taking control of our own future. By making the investment that we have in Red Bull powertrains, it has enabled us to put the whole thing under one roof. It's a huge task for 2026, but one that we're really excited about. The fact that everything is now under one roof will pay dividends in the long run, Horner said. Honda's decision to stay in Formula 1 has created an intriguing situation for 2026, which is exactly what F1 wanted. The introduction of the 2026 engine regulations aims to make it easier for new suppliers to enter the sport and prevent teams from struggling to find a powertrain supplier, as Red Bull did in the past. Luckily, Honda stepped in to supply Red Bull with the powertrain, and the rest is history. Now, let's take a moment to explain what a powertrain is. In F1, it's not just called an engine. It's referred to as a powertrain because it's a hybrid system. It consists of a petrol internal combustion engine and electric motors powered by an energy recovery system, or ERS. When these hybrid powertrains were introduced in 2014, they received criticism for being quieter compared to the loud V8 and V10 engines of the past. This is a topic that frequently comes up in comments and discussions. These current power units in Formula 1 are some of the most powerful and efficient in the history of Grand Prix racing. F1 cars are extremely complex, and to have a winning car, every aspect, from aerodynamics to the engine and everything in between, needs to be top-notch. With F1 constantly evolving, it becomes even more challenging that you don't want to get it wrong. Just like Mercedes, who have experienced the consequences firsthand. One crucial component of a successful F1 car is the powertrain, which is why Aston Martin saw a great opportunity to collaborate with Honda. Honestly, we believe it's a brilliant move. Mercedes used to dominate Formula 1 not too long ago, but things have changed. Red Bull is now the leading force, and Mercedes' recent cars from their Brackley-based team haven't been able to keep up with the machines designed by Red Bull in Milton Keynes. This situation has surely been frustrating for Toto Wolff, the team principal of Mercedes. He must be working tirelessly to find a solution. However, what could add to his frustration is the possibility that not just one, but two of the teams they supply power units to might switch to other suppliers. Currently, Mercedes supplies power units and other components to Aston Martin, McLaren, and Williams. Aston Martin has already chosen Honda as their supplier, but the other two teams have yet to decide on their powertrain suppliers. McLaren, in particular, has made it quite clear that they are exploring other options and haven't made a final decision. Zak Brown, the CEO of McLaren, recently visited Red Bull's factory, which led to speculation that Red Bull might be considering supplying engines to teams other than just Red Bull Racing and AlphaTauri. This raises the question, what is causing all of these teams to consider changing suppliers? Is it because Mercedes has been facing difficulties? Well, according to Toto Wolff, that's not the case. Wolff mentioned that the ambitions of the team based in Silverstone, which is McLaren, are not influenced by Mercedes' own performance struggles. I don't think them switching from a Mercedes client situation to a Honda has anything to do with the power unit. I think we are competitive in terms of power unit, but they always wanted to emancipate themselves and become a true works team, and that's what they're doing, said Toto. Toto also emphasized that in order for the team to be truly competitive, they need to take this step instead of sticking with Mercedes, as Lawrence Stroll, the owner of the team, always aims for significant achievements. They have their own exclusive power unit supply deal. They have their own fuel supplier. They are building a big factory that's going online in the next few months. Lawrence Stroll's aim is never small. I think when you want to be competitive and win championships, that is the kind of step that you need to take, continued Toto. Mercedes wouldn't be too concerned about losing one customer, but there are rumors suggesting that the Silverstone-based team could lose another one. Reports indicate a secret deal between McLaren and Red Bull. McLaren recently made an exciting signing, hiring senior engineer Rob Marshall, who will join the team in 2024. This move is seen as a significant boost to McLaren's technical department. They have big plans for 2025, as that's when their new wind tunnel and facilities will become operational, and they aim to make a strong comeback. Normally, when an employee in Formula 1 expresses intentions to switch to a rival team, they are promptly shown the door by their current employer. This is because the team fears that the departing individual may take confidential information with them. However, the situation involving Rob Marshall's move from Red Bull to McLaren has taken a slightly different turn. It's worth noting that Marshall is no ordinary employee. He has played a crucial role in Red Bull's success, having been with them for 17 years. It seems rather unusual that Red Bull would simply let him go without any complications. Christian Horner has expressed praise for Rob Marshall's contributions, but also understands his decision to leave. After 17 years, he got an offer, a significant offer from McLaren, and whilst he still had a period of time left on his contract, he was keen to go back into Formula 1. And so, we came to an agreement with him and negotiated a deal with Zach that worked for everybody, Horner told media. However, even Horner admits that in most cases, the departure of team members is typically handled differently, with little opportunity for proper goodbyes. And so we did a little thing for him at the last debrief, where usually when somebody leaves the team, we tell them to f***. With Rob, it's a little bit different. You know, he's a good guy, and he's just going on to a new challenge. But it's a little bit like Manchester United, you know? If you look at their team, how it evolved over a period of time, Eric Cantona still wasn't playing 17 years later, Horner said. There is a sense of suspicion and oddness in the situation, but perhaps we are overanalyzing it. With McLaren uncertain about their engine supplier for next year and Red Bull now becoming a powertrain supplier, could there be more to this deal than meets the eye? Zach Brown is known for his negotiation skills, and it wouldn't be surprising if he made a clever arrangement to bring Rob into the team. The rumored proposal suggests that Red Bull allows Rob to leave, but in return, McLaren has to use them as an engineer supplier. The rumors have sparked enough discussion that Andrea Stella had to address them. He clarified, "I can confirm there is no link. We had conversations with Red Bull a few months ago as part of the due diligence in exploring what's available in the market in terms of power unit for 2026. But at the moment, we are quite advanced in our negotiations with HPP. So there's no conversation ongoing with Red Bull," Stella said. And there you have it, F1 Wolf fam. The plot thickens as we delve into the possibility of a hidden deal between McLaren and Red Bull. Is Rob Marshall's move to McLaren part of a secret agreement? Will McLaren switch to Red Bull as their engine supplier? The rumors are flying, but Andrea Stella from McLaren denies any ongoing conversation with Red Bull. What's really going on behind the scenes? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.